Hi, I'm Jay, and today on Jay's World Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make Mum's vanilla cookies. A few times I've mentioned that my mom always has a row of cookie jars filled with cookies, and these were some of my favorites. Every day coming home from school, I'd sneak a couple without her knowing. But this recipe is really simple and straightforward, and it's fun to make. The nice thing about this is that you can sandwich these together, and we'll be doing that in this episode too. Let's have a quick look at the ingredients. There's only a handful of simple ingredients in this recipe. You need 4 cups of flour, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup of butter, 1.5 cups of white sugar, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a cup of golden syrup. Let's quickly talk about golden syrup. Now here in Canada we have Rogers golden syrup, but in South Africa it actually is Lyle's golden syrup. So you may be able to find either one of those depending on where you're from. But that's what you're looking for, is golden syrup. It's made from sugar and it is not corn syrup. It is a very different syrup. Once again, if you have any experience baking cookies, you'll know that we generally start off with our butter and our sugar. And again, I'm going to be using my stand mixer, but really you can do this by hand if you don't have one. Just use the back of a spoon to cream them together. But we're going to be using the mixer because it's way quicker, and I'm doing a lot of baking, so. And once those have come together, we're going to add in our vanilla and our baking soda. Mix those up a little bit before we add our golden syrup. Once your golden syrup is in, you're going to mix that up really well. And when that is pretty well incorporated, we're going to add in our flour just a little bit at a time until the dough comes together. And once your dough has sort of come together, it's still going to look a little bit crumbly, but that's okay because we're going to portion this out right away onto baking sheets. Now this particular dough is still a little bit crumbly, but it does press together quite well. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a cookie scoop like I'm using. You're going to grab a scoop of the dough, put it in your hand, and just sort of press it together quite hard. Put it on your baking sheet and just press down with a fork. And it is going to crumble around the edges. That's okay. That's what you want. And repeat until all of your dough is done. And then you're going to pop them into a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 8 to 10 minutes, or until the bottom is just slightly golden brown. When you take them out the oven, leave them on the tray for about 10 minutes before transferring them to a wire rack to cool completely. now, of course, my absolute favorite part of every episode, and especially with cookies, I get to taste one of these. So I'm going to just try one plain, but I have a whole pile of chocolate and dulce de leche, and I don't know where to start. So I'm just going to have a plain one. Now the cookies are quite thick and big. You can make them a little bit smaller if you want, but I actually really kind of like them. They're relatively crunchy, but not fully crunchy texture. Smell of vanilla and butter, and I really like that. They definitely don't disappoint. It's not fully crunchy and certainly not soft, but kind of melts away in your mouth and just gives you a rich butter flavor and lots of vanilla in there. I can tell you this is definitely one of my favorite recipes because I love the flavor of these cookies. And left to my own devices, I'd probably eat the whole lot. Man, these are good. You have to try these. And if you do, I really want to hear about it. I want to hear what you use to sandwich your cookies together. If you do that, I want to hear your experience with these cookies in the comment section below. Please remember, if you enjoyed this video, to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and remember to turn on notifications so that you know when my next video drops. Remember too that you can follow me on my social media, both my Facebook and my Instagram, and those links are below in the comment section as well. Remember too that if you would like to support this channel financially, you can do so on my Patreon. Patreon members and supporters receive these recipes in their inbox every week when this video drops. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy eating.